Alright, good day folks. I have a massively important update for you guys. Will we see bullish continuation with Ethereum? I'm seeing a few very key factors that we need to be aware of to understand whether we're going to see bullish continuation with Ethereum sooner rather than later. And in this video, I also want to bring you a low cap gem. So folks, if you like the sound of that, I want to ask you to do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, and you'll get to stay up to date with the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency news and technical analysis. So folks, let's start off with Ethereum here. Ethereum was in this wedge. We broke out bullishly. Typically speaking, when trying to identify price targets from a bullish breakout or bearish breakout from a wedge or triangle, you just take the height of the wedge, height of the triangle, move it to the breakout point being 1860. So typically speaking, technical analysis speaking, we could reach $2,600 for Ethereum. That is the bullish price target for this breakout. But not only that, we actually have a confluence of reasons with our Fibonacci extension. The 1.618 lines up perfectly with $2,600. So if we can get above this key level that I'm now about to describe, I think that makes it all the more likely that we could see bullish continuation, $2,600. Let's zoom in to the 1 hour. Actually, before we do, I quickly want to mention what I believe are the two most important EMAs, two most important support levels for Ethereum in the short term and long term. In the short term, the 21 EMA on the 4 hour very closely hugs price action. We can see everywhere we look, once price action is below the 21 EMA, acting as resistance. Whenever it's above it, it acts as support. Very price reactive as well. The 200 EMA on the 10 hour for kind of more long-term movements. We can see last time we pumped and dumped. Where did we stop dumping? Where did we find our support? Multiple times. The 200 EMA on the 10 hour, 3 times we found support there. So these are two of what I believe to be the most important support levels for Ethereum. Let's look at the 1 hour, because in the 1 hour here, folks, we are forming kind of this descending triangle, and we seem to be breaking out bullishly. I think if we can get above this key level from about 2100 to, I'd say 2090, I think we could see that bullish continuation. Now, if we zoom in, I want to see if I can get this exactly right. There we go. We have a nice spike in volume right at $2,100. So I think $2,100 is that inflection point. If we can get above and hold above $2,100, I think Ethereum is going for its next leg up. Now, something else we need to look at and constantly track to understand if and when Ethereum will see that bullish continuation is the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing. I keep trying to mention that the pairings are very, very important to look at, because you can find hidden support and resistance and hidden bullish and bearish divergence. We are getting hidden bullish divergence that you might not have anticipated if you were just looking at the US dollar value of Ethereum, because yes, we're breaking out bullishly, but this could always be a fake out. We're up against resistance. But if you look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing, you can see that we have done something new that we haven't done in quite a while. We have gone above the key resistance level of 35, 34 here. I'm not going to count all those decimals. And we even fell back down and retested it and solidified it as support. So as soon as we make a higher high, I think that's going to be one factor that helps us see bullish continuation for the US dollar value of Ethereum. Now, another very important thing that we need to be aware of to understand what's going on in the market today is Bitcoin dominance. What's been happening with Bitcoin dominance is a massive, massive deal. I guess TradingView really wants me to check out Bitcoin. We'll check her out in a minute. But look, Bitcoin dominance, for those who don't know, is the total value of Bitcoin in comparison to the total value of all cryptocurrency. Whenever it rises, altcoins typically suffer. Whenever it falls, altcoins typically benefit. And we've recently fallen below an extremely important level, 60% in Bitcoin dominance calculated by TradingView. The last time we were above it and fell into it, fell below 60%, was the July-August altcoin season, folks. We're starting to see these alts start to really blow up. And if Ethereum can start to tackle these key resistance levels and get above and see bullish continuation, alts are going to continue to explode. I don't think we've seen anything, which is why I'm very excited to bring you in a moment here a low cap gem that I think you guys are really going to like. There's a lot about this project that I like. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin dominance. Let's briefly take a look at Bitcoin here. So Bitcoin is testing this key level of 57,800. This level right here, we can see that once we get into like the 57,000 range, that's where the volume really starts to build up all throughout this region. So as long as Bitcoin remains above 57,900, 800, I think we could see that bullish continuation. And it's very good to see that Bitcoin isn't doing a whole lot. It's really just kind of consolidating sideways. It's not doing anything too exciting, which is good for the altcoin market. Whenever Bitcoin does anything too exciting, it starts to explode or crash, It typically places the dampers on the altcoins due to the pairings and Bitcoin dominance, a lot of other factors. But ultimately speaking, Bitcoin going up is ultimately good for the rest of the market because it brings in greater value. And so, one point that I forget where I heard this from, but it's an amazing point, folks. If we look at the previous altcoin or crypto cycles, near the end of the cycle, once Bitcoin tops out, some people, they sell their Bitcoin and they move their profits into altcoins to continue making profit. So if you look at the previous cycles and you look at how high Bitcoin went, so Bitcoin peaked out at, I think it was like 11, 12, 1300 the first cycle, then 19,000 the next cycle. Bitcoin's likely to peak out in the hundreds of thousands this cycle. So this time around, when people decide to take their profits from Bitcoin and move to the altcoins, they're going to have a shit ton more money than ever before to move into the altcoin market. And so we may potentially, with just that alone, see a more explosive altcoin season than we ever have before. I think there's going to be a few altcoin seasons as well. Like, we're going to experience a mini altcoin season, I believe, through the next 2 or so months here. But I think the peak of altcoin mania will come after Bitcoin tops off. I think come September, October is when I think Bitcoin is most likely to reach its peak. So I think, right after that, October, November is when we see the true peak in altcoin mania. And I think October, November is when we see Bitcoin dominance in 30-40%. And by then, once we enter this region, that might be the top of the altcoin market. So that's what I'm looking out for in the long term. Now, folks, without further ado, I want to bring you a low cap gem that deserves to be on your radar. Alpool Launch Pool. What is it? Why should you care about it? It is a launch pad very similar to Polkastarter. So, folks, Polkastarter, the coin itself, has been killing it, absolutely exploding, but the projects that Polkastarter has been launching have been absolutely exploding, doing several X's on Marshall, Superfarm, Option Room, you name it. Polkastarter has been launching killer projects. And Launch Pool, I hope YouTube doesn't demonetize me for just saying killer. Anyways, moving on. So they've yet to launch their version 2 and really launch their launch pad. So this project is still in its early days. They've yet to really launch a launch pad. They've started to launch a few projects, but not many. So there's a lot of things I like about this project. So you can actually buy into this project and stake Alpool. I believe the current APY is 75% for the next 49 days. So you can buy this low cap gem, stake it, and earn 75% APY for the next 49 days. And the way this works is, instead of Polkastarter, where the way you get allocations to these brand new projects that launch on their platform is through holding Polkastarter and buying with Ethereum. The way Launchpool works is that you have to buy Launchpool and stake Alpool in one of their pools, and that's how you gain allocation. So people are actually incentivized to hold this for long term and not dump their earnings from staking, because holding Alpool and staking Alpool is the only way you gain access to these brand new projects. So I believe it has a better model than even Polkastarter. And if we look at the market cap, 64 million, I believe this is a low capper. Let's take a look at the market cap of Polkastarter. 274 million. Could Alpool one day maybe reach a market cap, 200 to 300 million? I 100% think so, especially once they launch the launchpad and they start launching projects. Folks, it's still early days. I'm getting you guys early into this thing. So, early days, low cap, plenty of bullish catalysts ahead. Holding this coin gives you access to brand new low cap gems. Holding this coin gives you access to high APY. I mean, what's there not to like about this thing, folks? And we are forming a descending triangle here on the verge of a breakout. So we can draw two descending triangles here. This one based off these wicks, and kind of based off these two wicks, another descending triangle. So if and when we break out bullish and we start to get above these red trend lines, these red resistance levels, but specifically $25, $26, once we can flip $26 from resistance into support, I think we could see bullish continuation and at the very least retest all-time highs. So not only do I think the coin itself could grow, but you could stake it and earn a high APY, and holding this coin gives you access to brand new low cap gems. Folks, come on, like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads, because I'm dropping you guys absolute gold. I'm telling you the exact price targets for Ethereum: $2,600 late April, early May, the exact level that we need to get above to see bullish continuation, and a beautiful low cap gem that gives you access to more low cap gems. Come on, folks, like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. As well, if you like what we do, you want to support us, join our Patreon. Link for that is down in the description below. If you join our Patreon, you'll get access to our VIP Discord group where we talk about low cap gems, interesting setups, and very helpful resources as well, folks. Token metrics. Token Metrics is an AI-fueled price predictions and portfolio suggestions platform that we use to help inform some of our research and some of our thought process. I really like this platform. They offer a lot of very interesting things. You can see right here, this is what their AI thinks will be the top performing cryptos on investing on a year-long horizon as well. If we look up any particular crypto, they've recently introduced a new feature, which is basically what their algorithm tells you when it thinks any given coin is bearish or bullish. So they will be upgrading a lot of their functionality and actually increasing their prices soon in late April. But if you join now, you get grandfathered in at the cheaper prices. So if you've been sitting on the fence, we highly recommend you join now before they increase their prices. Check out our link, is down in the description below. You'll get 10% off if you use our code. So folks, again, if you can spare it, if you've been sitting on the fence, get in before they increase their prices and before they increase their functionality. Link for everything is down in the description below. All right, folks, I want to thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care.